Hello, dear colleagues. Today we're going to read one of the most famous books in the history of literature, Don Quixote, by Miguel de Cervantes. But before we start our journey, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and like this video so that you can get inspired to read this book and many others. Alonso Quixano was a middle-aged Spanish nobleman who lived in a village called La Mancha. He was an ordinary man, with an extraordinary passion for reading. He spent his days tending to his estate and his nights reading chivalric romances. These were stories about brave knights who went on adventures, fought dragons, and rescued damsels in distress. Alonso became so engrossed in these tales that he began to believe that he himself was a knight-errant. He decided to go on his own adventure and rescue a princess from a wicked magician who had turned her into a bird. He got himself a horse and armor, but unfortunately both were second-hand. His horse was old and lame, and his armor was rusty. Still, Alonso was undeterred. He donned his armor, grabbed his lance, and set off on his adventure. But he soon realized that being a knight-errant was not as easy as it sounded. He couldn't find any princesses to rescue, and the only dragons he encountered were sheep. And when he tried to fight them, his rusty armor made a lot of noise, but his lance was too short to do any damage. But Alonso was not the kind of man to give up. He continued his adventures, and soon he met a fellow knight named Sancho Panza. Unlike Alonso, Sancho was a practical man. He wasn't a dreamer, and he didn't believe in rescuing princesses or fighting dragons. But he was a good friend, and he agreed to help Alonso on his adventures. Together, the two knights set off to find the princess that Alonso had sworn to rescue.